This stage of the test in progress of the TUP, or the TUP TIP, will be a comparison of a relatively recently opened TUP. It has only been used for a few weeks, as evidenced by the gate clasp and the clip still in place. No damage known and nothing really exceptional other than a few full charges and some use. I've noticed that the TUP with the damage, the test in progress TUP, does not appear to have a very long shelf life on the full charge. In other words, it seems to expire relatively quickly. We have both lights with 100% battery at this point on display, and what we're going to do is just continue to allow these lights to sit on the desktop or a shelf, and we'll check them approximately every 24 hours to see how long the batteries will continue to last. I just want to make. Now, the original game plan was to test the two TUPs as previously described approximately every 24 hours. The slight complication here is that I became a little distracted with some other requisite duties and activities, and was not able to actually test these desktop sitting TUPs side by side. We're going to run the program to show, our button to show a status on battery consumption or battery power, and when we compare them side by side, these flashlights have been sitting side by side for 72 hours at this point, just a little over 72 hours. You notice that the TUP that had not undergone the test in progress still shows what appears to be full battery capacity. However, the TIP test, or the test in progress TUP, appears to be at approximately 50% battery capacity. So it appears that the test in progress did cause some issue for battery retention on our slightly damaged and somewhat misused TUP. Comparing that to the one that was only used for about a week intermittently, and of course is in relatively unscathed condition. So we'll test these two lights side by side, hopefully in another approximate 24 hours, and see what our battery retention is at that point. We are now at approximately the full 5-day advancement through this side-by-side test of the TUPs. It'd be the two TUP tips of the flashlight starting at full capacity, full battery charge, and about 120 hours or full 5 24-hour days. And the non-aggressively tested TUP seems to still be at full capacity at 4.20 volts, and the bar gauge seems to be at full. The TUP that had undergone the aggressive tip it seems to be at about a little less than half on the bar and 3.64 volts. So this will continue until we have complete expiration or rundown of the aggressively tested TUP. Of the two TUPs, the TUP with the titillating tip, you might say. So there we go. Well, with a few more days passing by, currently at the 7-day mark, or approximately 168 hours, yes, of desktop time for the two TUP tips. The TUP with minimal actual field use and of course no abuse is running at about 4.20 volts. Trying to see if we can get that to read properly. The TUP with the field testing and excessive testing is down to probably the last bar and reading at 3.48 volts if I'm reading the meter correctly. try to do these both simultaneously. There we go. So we get that side-by-side reading, and again at the 7-day mark. So I think it goes without saying that the TUP that underwent the field testing, the excessive testing, something did occur with the battery to render it more difficult to retain the charge. And with that in mind, salute. At the 8-day mark, or just shy of 200 full hours of the 2 TUP TIP, yeah, you get it by now, checking both of these lights, and the light that was lightly used, pardon the pun on that, or pardon the repetitive word, that is showing at 4.15 volts, 4.15 volts, and the bar, the measuring bar, still shows at full capacity. The full-on test in progress, as evidenced by some dings, does not have any power to it at all. Testing it and even attempting to turn on the power button. So dead in the water on the aggressively tipped TUP, and the lightly used TUP is showing a full-on 4.15 volts and comes in at 65 lumen in that setting. So very good to go, and there we have it. Take good care.